Welcome to Grow with Vibrant Rainbow Gardens, your go to space for growing, thriving seasonal gardens right here in the wild and wonderful Houston climate. I am Vandhana, organic gardener, a permaculture enthusiast, and a garden coach with over 15 years of hands in the soil experience. Whether you're starting with a pot of herbs or a backyard full of weeds, you're in the right place. Each week, I will share practical tips, real life stories, and trusted strategies to help you skip all the overwhelm and grow with confidence. Let's dig in. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad you found your way to this little garden nook on the internet. Around here, we believe that everyone deserves to grow their own food. No matter your space, your schedule, or your starting point, you don't need a green thumb. You just need a little guidance, a bit of sunlight, and the belief that something good can grow right where you are. Welcome back to Grow with Vibrant Rainbow Gardens, the podcast where I help you grow thriving gardens without overwhelm. I'm Vandana, your garden coach, certified permaculture teacher, and a Houston gardening expert. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on one of the most common questions I get. What actually happens during a garden consultation? If you've ever thought about working with a garden coach but weren't sure what to expect, or if you wondered if it's really worth it, this episode is for you. Most people come to me because they feel overwhelmed. They say things like, I don't have a green thumb, or I kill everything I plant, or I don't even know where to start. Sometimes it's not about a failing garden, it's about not knowing what to do in the first place. I hear this all the time. I don't know what to plant this month. Should I plant tomato now? Or wait, how do I even build a garden? What soil should I use? Can I have a garden in the clay? And then there are people who don't even have a garden yet, but they have a dream. Maybe it's a backyard full of vegetables, a pollinator friendly front yard where bees and butterflies and hummingbirds buzz through, or just a raised bed right outside your patio where they can cut herbs for dinner. Here's the thing, both these situations are totally normal. You don't need to have all the answers or even a garden yet to benefit from a consultation. Here's a quick story. I've been gardening in the Houston area for close to 15 years, and I've been active in a lot of Houston gardening groups. And you know what? These same questions come up every single time, month after month, year after year. People are asking the same exact things. And for years, I've been helping them, answering questions, sharing what's worked for me. At some point, I realized people don't just want random answers here and there, they actually need a clear, guided solution. And that's when I decided to offer gardens consultations and coaching as a service. Okay, so what actually happens during a consult? Let me walk you through step by step. First, we start with a friendly hello and walkthrough of your space. I ask you about your goals. What do you dream of growing? Maybe it's salsa ingredients, a butterfly garden, or just something simple and low maintenance. Then I assess the space. We look at where the sun falls, how the soil drains, what existing plants you have, even things like HOA rules and irrigation. If you don't have a garden yet, that's absolutely fine. I don't expect to see raised beds or plants in the ground. I'm looking at your yard as it is right now, even if it's just a blank lawn or a patio. It's like having a blueprint before you build a house. You don't need a garden first, you just need the vision. From there, we map out your vision together. I connect your goals to what's possible in your space. Along the way, there are a lot of teaching moments. I explain why something works and why it doesn't, like why tomatoes struggle in late summer here, or why certain herbs thrive in the shade under the trees. Then comes the fun part, the planning. I sketch layouts, suggest plant combination, even provide full planting plans and explain the why behind my choices. By the end, you have a clear action plan that feels doable and not overwhelming. And finally, we wrap up with your next steps. You leave the consult with clarity, confidence, and a plan you actually can follow. And guess what? I'll be with you every step of the way. Let me share a couple of client stories so you can see what this looks like in real life. One of my early clients already had a garden in place. She's been gardening for quite a few years. These raised beds were neatly arranged, plants were in the ground, and from the outside, it looked like she had everything figured out. But when I walked in the garden, I could see the problems right away. The soil just wasn't healthy enough to support strong growth. The climbers she had planted didn't have the space or the structure they needed. So they were all struggling. Overall, the plants just weren't thriving the way she hoped they would. We went through the space together and made some simple but powerful changes, improving the soil, reworking the spacing, and adding the right support for her climbing plants. The result? Now, her family harvests fresh food right from their backyard. Instead of frustration, they've got baskets of produce and garden they're proud of. And guess what? She has started giving them away to her friends and families. Now, let me tell you about another client who started from scratch. They had this big dream. They wanted a large, thriving garden, alive with pollinators and hummingbirds. They pictured a place where they could pick food straight from their backyard and enjoy the buzz of life all around them. The only problem? They tried growing a few things, but nothing ever grew properly. When I first visited, it was a beautiful space, but just empty lawn. Fast forward to a few months after our consultation, design, and planting. Their transformation has been incredible. Their yard is now a stunning garden ecosystem. The food is growing. The bees and butterflies show up daily. They even spotted a few hummingbirds. Best part? They have 10 melons ripening in their garden ready to harvest. Now they have coffee out in the garden every morning. Their friends come over and never leave empty handed. There's always herbs, produce, or flowers to take home. What started as just a dream is now their everyday life. That's the power of coaching. So, why is it worth it? Why is a garden consultation or a coaching session worth it? It's going to save you time, money, and frustration. You could spend hours on Google or ChatGPT scrolling through conflicting advice. You could buy plants on impulse at any big box stores or nursery, or even go to Costco, only to watch them wither because it wasn't the right season or the right spot. Or You could have someone who's already been there walk you through every single step with you. I like to think of it kind of like hiring a personal trainer, but for your garden. Sure, you can figure it out on your own, but working with someone who's done this before, who's made the mistakes, who's learned the lessons, and has years of experience makes everything so much easier. I'm right there beside you, guiding you, showing you what works here, and helping you skip the frustration. It's not about handing you a giant gardening textbook, it's about giving you clear, doable steps so you can actually enjoy your garden instead of stressing about it. So that's the behind scenes of a garden consultation and coaching session. It's not intimidating, it's not about judgment, it's about clarity, confidence, and making your garden dreams happen. If you've been on the fence, now you know what exactly to expect. And if you're ready to book your first session, send me an email. I would love to walk your garden with you. Thanks for listening to Grow with Vibrant Rainbow Gardens. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss the next episode. And if you found this helpful, share it with a friend who's been dreaming about their garden too. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Grow with Vibrant Rainbow Gardens. I hope it gave you some fresh ideas and grounded confidence to take that next step in your garden. If you loved today's topic, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. It helps other local gardeners find the show. Want to go deeper? Grab one of my free resources, book a one-on-one consult, or check out my latest workshops at vibrantrainbowgardens.com. All the links are waiting for you in the show notes. Until next time, keep planting, keep growing, and trust your garden instincts.